losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They begin the drive with Williams. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On first down, Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. Finding Williams once more, complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They get him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Aleem McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
To throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early lead in that one for the Packers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. He'll get this off to Swift. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They run it again with Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play to expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. Touchdown! Albert Okwuegbunam. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Broncos 7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Lions at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Griffin. His throw incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Griffin. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Griffin's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Here's Swift. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
One more time with Swift. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
Returning is Peppers. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Griffin on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. McManus's point after is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
A handoff, Swift running to the left to about the 40-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Griffin. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They go play action. Griffin. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Griffin. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
John Ross, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit.
Wilson. Flushed out right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now it's Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the shotgun, Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out find some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Griffin. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Griffin. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, that's the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
Wilson. And And fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Williams will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers.
You're holding
what
up
does that
4
mean?
fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here. And now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Griffin. They'll roll him out right.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. Sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. And connecting here with DJ Chark. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
58 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams
with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Lions 24. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Throwing now, Griffin on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Griffin. Looking for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Griffin. Quickly to Hockenson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Griffin.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback, and when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter. Did they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.